Imagine holding the actual, literal architectural blueprints for an entire reality, one that's completely flawless and totally free of suffering. Well, that's exactly the profound journey we're taking in today's explainer as we dive into an ancient cosmic blueprint that reveals how to build a perfect universe. So let's just dive right into this thought experiment, because this ancient text we're looking at, it offers exactly that. It's a literal masterclass in cosmic architecture. Now, we're not talking about bricks and mortar here. We're talking about constructing a reality using the raw materials of consciousness, intention, and some incredibly deep philosophical insight. To piece this all together, we're drawing directly from the CB to electronic Tripitaka, specifically the Sūtra of the Array of Virtues of the Buddha land of Mañjuśrī Bodhisattva. This text is an absolute treasure trove. Translated centuries ago by the great master Amoghavajra, it really lets us explore the mind-bending scale and philosophy of Mahāyāna Buddhist cosmology. Okay, Section 1, the Cosmic Gathering, a meeting across stars. To even begin to understand this blueprint, we first have to wrap our heads around the unimaginable scale of the gathering that inspired it. We aren't talking about a boardroom meeting here. This is an assembly stretching across the very fabric of space and time. Right off the bat, the text draws this sharp contrast between our universe, which it calls the Saha world, and the flawless, pure lands scattered across the cosmos. Now, Saha essentially translates to endurance. It's a place defined by suffering, defilement, greed, anger, basically all the messy human stuff. But out there across the universe, there are these pure lands, realms that are completely free from all that biological and emotional decay. And here's where the text brilliantly illustrates that epic scale. The Buddha emits this blinding light from his pores, along with a resonant sound that summons bodhisattvas, these highly enlightened beings, from across 84 Ganges River's sands worth of galaxies. Just pause and really think about that for a second. If every single grain of sand in the Ganges River was an entire galaxy, multiply that by 84. That is how far this invitation travels, bringing these cosmic architects to our messy Saha world just to hear this blueprint.
Which brings us to Section 2. Blueprint for a Pure Land. Let's look at the foundational practices.
So with these countless architects assembled from all over the universe, the Buddha starts laying out the actual requirements for designing a reality with zero suffering. And instead of just giving them a dry list of rules, he's basically outlining the structural pillars of universe. He explains that building a pure land requires a foundation of great compassion. You have to act without anger, even when you're under attack, and you need to take genuine pure joy in the success of others. It requires a mind that doesn't just, tolerate people, but actively builds this protective armor of patience to shield them. And here is the absolutely crucial point the Buddha makes. The root of all structural failure in our world comes directly from ego. It comes from self-attachment. The sutra explicitly says that wrath, hiding our faults, and all forms of ignorance are born right out of the concepts of I and mine. So if you're going to build a flawless universe, you literally have to engineer the ego completely out of the equation.
Moving on to Section 3, the vow of King Akasa. Let's explore Mañjuśrī's origin.
Now we get to meet our master architect Mañjuśrī. And his origin story doesn't just pop out of nowhere. It starts with a radical promise made by a powerful monarch a long, long time ago. Mañjuśrī started out as King Akasa. And we're not talking ancient history like the pyramids. This was an unimaginable 700,000 Asankhya Kodis of Kalpas ago. In Buddhist cosmology, that translates to countless billions of aeons. After dedicating 84,000 years just to making offerings, he realizes something huge. Seeking heavenly rebirth or personal peace just isn't enough. So he makes this radical vow to delay his own ultimate Buddhahood until absolutely every single being is saved. He commits to boundless aeons of unwavering practice, totally setting the stage for a universe built entirely on infinite altruism.
That takes us to Section 4, the paradox of emptiness. This is the core philosophy of his design.
So you might be wondering, how does someone maintain that level of dedication over such vast stretches of time without just completely burning out? Well, this brings us to a really striking paradox. When asked when he will finally attain enlightenment or bodhi, he straight up refuses to attain it. He realizes that both the ultimate goal of enlightenment and the very beings he's swearing to save are fundamentally empty. This whole concept of emptiness is the secret ingredient to his cosmic architecture. You literally cannot grasp or attain something that has no independent, solid existence.
Because Mañjuśrī understands that concepts like I, enlightenment, and sentient beings don't have a permanent essence, he never experiences fatigue. He never gets frustrated. He just operates from a place of pure, unattached action, kind of like a vast, limitless sky that doesn't get burned by the fires burning inside it. Which leads perfectly into Section 5, the ultimate pure realm, Mañjuśrī's future domain. So what exactly does a universe look like when it's designed by an architect who truly understands emptiness, has totally stripped away ego, and operates purely on boundless compassion? We finally get the grand reveal of Mañjuśrī's future domain. In this future realm, he'll be known as Buddha Samanta Darshan, which translates to universal sight. And get this, just hearing his name will place beings firmly on the path to awakening. The daily life in this realm is just absolutely miraculous. The inhabitants are so incredibly grounded in altruism that the second they even desire to make an offering, perfect heavenly food or beautiful garments simply materialize right in their hands. They then instantly fly across countless galaxies to offer these gifts to other Buddhas, perfectly executing their pure intentions, and they return in a fraction of a second. Literally, no spaceships required. And this realm transcends biology completely. The text actually notes there is no biological birth, meaning no physical reproduction as we understand it. Instead, beings are miraculously born from lotuses. There's no sickness, absolutely zero physical decay, and they don't even need a sun or a moon. The whole universe is illuminated entirely by this brilliant, radiant light shining directly from countless Bodhi trees. It's a universe where the physical environment perfectly mirrors the pure, unattached minds of the people living there. Now, to truly grasp the vastness of this masterpiece, the Sutra hits us with a mind-boggling metaphor. It compares it to Amitabha's famous Pure Land, which, by the way, in Buddhist texts is already considered unimaginably glorious and massively huge. The Buddha tells the assembly to imagine taking a single strand of hair, dipping it into the ocean, and just looking at that tiny drop of water on its tip. The text boldly states that the unimaginable scale of Amitabha's Pure Land is like that single drop of water compared to the boundless, infinite ocean of Mañjuśrī's future realm. It is a cosmic achievement that completely defies all conventional math and logic. As we wrap up this explainer on cosmic architecture, it leaves us with a really profound, grounded question to ponder. Mañjuśrī's universe wasn't built with stones. It was built over aeons with the materials of deep compassion, letting go of ego, and truly understanding the emptiness of reality. So take a look at the thoughts you hold on to and the actions you take today. What kind of realm are your daily intentions building right now? Thank you so much for exploring this cosmic blueprint with me. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.